You're listening to Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hayner.
Hey guys, Charge Harrah at Zoom the TBT, and we have a real pleasure. We always like to talk to first-year alumni teams. There's always a new experience, and we have the GM of the Penn State alums, John Harrah, on tonight. John, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Excited to get on here and talk some TBT hoops with you guys.
Now, I love the lighting. It's almost like you're basically a vampire. You're scared of the light. I can't even see your face. It's definitely the best lighting I've ever seen for our show.
Yeah, he's got the best mic we've ever had, and actual lighting worse than mine. Usually I'm the worst. So you fit right into the show.
I've spent 4 years trying to convince my co-host to wear earphones and a mic, and it's impossible.
I'm too old for that stuff, man. I just got to get on and talk. That's all we do.
Yeah. So John, I see you say you're back at home with your mom. I hear, how's the knee?
The knee is good. It was a very small operation, and in 4 to 6 weeks, I'm ready to try to go rebound for some shooters. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now,
I noticed that on the website that you were only listed as a GM, and kind of pre-gaming here, found out that you had some minor knee scope going on. So I guess that does confirm you will not be playing in TBT this year.
No, I am playing.
You are playing. Okay.
Playing,
You said 4 to 6. All right, so you will suit up and play.
I will. Yeah, that's the plan.
And where did you play this year? So I know we like to ask people where they played, and it sounds like you got to play in a pretty fun location.
Yeah, I played in the north coast of Spain, second league of Spain. Got my feet wet over there in Europe. Had a lot of fun. It's a different world over there, but it also is a lot of fun. So,
do you speak Spanish?
Un poco. I understand a lot more. My coach actually only liked to really speak in Spanish. There was a translator, but you can imagine 9 months if you go to work every day with someone speaking Spanish, you're going to pretty much understand what he wants to say. So I can understand, but speaking is hit or miss.
Did you learn how he was cursing at you after a while?
I got all the curse words.
After the curse words and the basketball terms came fast. Everything else was kind of nod and smile. Yeah, I got you, coach.
Yeah, dos cervezas, la baña, that sort of thing. Where's the bathrooms? Where's the beer? Okay, so Penn State is a massive school. I have a former coworker at my lecture firm went to Penn State. I have a few guys I play rec ball with who will listen to this episode because Penn State is legion. It's one of the largest school alumni groups there is. So it begs the question, why and how did it take so long for Penn State to get a team in this thing?
That's actually a really good question, and I don't have an answer for that. I really only I obviously have a lot of help with this, but was fortunate to play for Purdue last year, and I was like around these guys like Robbie Hummel, Lou Jack, all these guys. I'm like, these guys are like some of the best dudes I've met. And they're like 30, however, they've been doing this for so long. They're still friends. Like, why is Penn State not doing this? This is how you like build that Purdue program, by trying to get the alumni back. Because at Penn State, everyone knows Penn State basketball. I love it. You can talk whatever you want to talk about. I love it. But that's the one thing that I really want for Penn State basketball is the alumni to come back, and TBT is the perfect opportunity to make that happen. So, seeing the guys at Purdue, I'm like, this is going to need to happen. And I don't know, I'm trying my best to make it happen.
Yeah, so far so good as your first role as GM. But yeah, we find this interesting. It happens quite often that, like I said, your first taste of TBT was through Purdue and their alumni team, and then you kind of learn and see what it's all about, and go in and create your own teams. And so that's always been interesting to me before. So, aside from the camaraderie and the players, you probably got to, see some of the things that GM was doing. So, what were some of the takeaways you had there that you knew immediately when you started this Penn State team, you're going to have to kind of watch for, keep in mind as you build a team?
Yeah, I mean, number one, I think the most important thing is the players. I mean, you can go and get whoever you want on the roster, but I really want the people from Penn State, and that really because there's some really good players from Penn State that just don't have I don't know how to say it, don't have the right exposure or anything like that. So I think the TBT is like the perfect opportunity for the younger dudes that have recently graduated from Penn State to just get more exposure on ESPN and all that stuff. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for a lot of the players we have.
Yeah, and then Purdue's going to have some big shoes to fill. So we were talking about you. You are playing for Penn State this year. Happy Valley Hoopers, I guess, is what we need to call you. The Happy Valley Hooper. But 7.5 rebounds per game last year for Metamaki. So a good run over there. The one thing I found interesting is obviously Penn State had a nice run in the NCAA tournament, and you mentioned some of those younger players. So I know we have Miles Dredd is committed and playing on the team. So what are the odds of some of those other younger folks, without naming names specifically and putting you on
For
the spot,
sure.
coming and playing this season?
I talk to two of them pretty much every week and just tell them to keep me updated. I know the deadline's coming, but I mean, they have that opportunity with the NBA, with the summer league. They're first year professionals. They don't really know how to whatever operate, and they have agents telling them this and that. So I'm keeping my foot out of it. I would love for those dudes to come and play with us though. They had a special run this year.
Yeah, yeah. And so you mentioned the roster, and so the deadlines are coming up quick. So every team has to have 9 players on their roster prior to June 10th, which is just 4 days away. And then these other guys, because everyone's in some of that same position. You have until July 1st to get up to your 12 players. And then after that, obviously, you can add people, but pay. But this first deadline is pretty critical, and then the July 1st deadline is important because after that, unless you got unlimited bank account, starts to go $1,000 a player. So hopefully, some of those guys will know their future, before the July 1st deadline. Did you have something, Hayner?
Well, I was just wondering, you mentioned some of those guys back. What are the odds of someone seeing Taylor Battle come back for you guys?
Those odds are pretty diminished. I've been on Taylor about 3 times since April, and he's pretty set on not playing, but that's what the fan base wants. So if we can do some social media peer pressure, that's the plan. Maybe we can get him.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, it's funny too. Seeing him a little bit older too. I have also a Penn State basketball memory actually, and my partner, I've been the same wonderful girl for almost 25 years now, 24 plus. And we, our first vacation together, and we're not allowed to travel in March anymore because she knows that now if I travel in March, I'm just gonna watch basketball. And she's like, "What are we gonna do?" I'm like, "We're gonna watch hoops." She goes, "Oh, I thought we were gonna do fun things." I'm like, "No." And the first year we went together was in 2001 when the Crispin brothers made that big run and they knocked off Providence. And we were staying in this lousy hotel room with college in Missouri. We were staying in this lousy thing in the Ozarks, this little hotel in the middle of nowhere. They had wood paneling just like the room you're in fact, which is pretty funny. It looked like basically they had brought Pennsylvania into the Ozarks. And I watched the Crispin guys win a game. And I first thought, I was like, I didn't know Penn State had a basketball team. So I was like my baptism to knowing that Penn State had a decent team. So tell me a little bit, are you guys excited about the new coach? I know Mike Rhodes has left BCU to go there. Like, is his run and gun style going to translate into the kind of athletes Penn State as the college can recruit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, recruiting's a different beast right now. I don't even know what it is anymore with NIL, but I did play VCU in 2020, and they always have the long athletes that are going to run and gun and press you and try to impose their identity on you. So I'm excited. I know he brought in some VCU guys. He brought in some other older vets, kept some people around. So I'm excited. He's the man too. He called me like 2 weeks after he got the job, knew I was doing the TBT, and he's like, "How can I help? I want you guys on campus. I want the alumni. I did this at VCU." So for him to do that, just huge smile on my face. Seems like a really good dude.
He was pretty supportive, my understanding, of the Ram Nation team. They're re-entering this year. In fact, you guys might actually get to play them maybe because
Are they West Virginia?
I think that's where they're playing.
That's what they're saying on social. Yeah. So they are saying, and I have no idea who they're going to bump out. Just kind of
it's a crowded region.
Small talk for anyone who actually tunes in.
No, there are so many people.
this is the time that TBT is, shuffling people. West Virginia still doesn't have 16 teams applied there. So
Wichita.
Or Wichita, I'm sorry, thanks. Doesn't even have 16 teams applied there yet. So that's a spot you can see a lot of people moving to. But obviously being in West Virginia, it makes perfect sense for Happy Valley to, and that's northern West Virginia. So that's not, how far is that from campus?
Oh, me personally?
How far is
no,
West Virginia from campus? How far is
Penn State?
It's not bad at all. It's like 3
I
hours.
can say 3 hours at the most. So I
Yeah.
can't see TBT ever entertaining the idea of moving you guys. But this region is pretty wild. So I'll
It's
take since we're
packed.
talking about it. But so we got West Virginia, we got the guys at Pitt, we got
Ask
we
about
got-
Pitt.
you guys, Florida T&T, we've got Heard That, we've got Shell Shock, Ram Nation. So there's 11 teams that are a lock to get in the tournament. DuBois Dream is the buy-in team. Good folks out there out in the DuBois area. So obviously not too far from you guys, kind of in between there. So this thing is loaded. So this is probably going to be one of the more interesting regions. Number one, not only to see who gets shifted and moved out, but probably one of the most competitive, interesting regions in TBT right now. So obviously, I don't know if you guys know your future quite yet. I know TBT does tip the hand a little bit, but this here is loaded, and I don't know if you've already started to look at some of the teams and what some of these matchups could look like.
No, I have, and trust me, I know it's. I think it's the best regional. Again, this is my first year doing all the research, but they got some good teams going there. They do. So
What it would if they're doing it for rivalry's sake, how amusing would a Pitt Penn State game be?
oh my God, I'm sure you guys know college. When we play Pitt in football, it is like there's actual hate in the town. Like people are ready and walking around with their 2 fists. Like it's something. We call them little brother, they call us the Twitter beef. Everything is crazy. So I'm not opposed. I played them my freshman year and we won by a lot. And you know why I know that? Because I got to play. So, I only played freshman year if we were up by a lot or down by a lot. So
That's funny.
there
That's
you
funny.
go. That's
That's
why.
funny.
That's good though. Beat the rival and see some game action. But because I wasn't sure how that was. With West Virginia, do you consider those guys a rival as well? And Hayner's our college expert. I watch more G League basketball, and some of the overseas stuff is more my lane. But is West
Gotcha.
Virginia considered? So Pitt's going to be the bloodbath, and then West Virginia obviously still regional enough.
Yeah, for sure. I know with football, again, there's some stuff. We scrimmage them with basketball. They've had a squad the last, oh my God, I can remember my sophomore year. They had some really good players. I think they just went insane with the transfer portal too. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bloodbath with everyone.
Are you
Everyone
looking
loves beating Penn State.
Are you looking forward to going to scenic Wheeling, West Virginia?
Can you guys inform me about this town? Because I really do not know anything.
There's 6
about
people
it.
there. 6.
It's an interesting little town. I don't even know where the games are. I haven't gotten that far, but actually we talked about my career as a Blockbuster regional manager and previous one. So I usually used to cover Wheeling, West Virginia, and they do have a casino there. So they do have a casino.
So that's where I'll be probably.
And that's about it. I really have no idea what this is going to look or feel like. I'm assuming people are going to migrate to the casino, but Wheeling's an interesting little town. So
$99 a night. $99 a night. Stay at the casino. I looked.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Perfect. Where
That's
are you
fine.
guys gonna be dating?
Yeah, well, because I moved out to Indy, so it's only 2 hours from Indy to Louisville, Dayton, or Cincinnati. So I'm just going to stay local. I kind of have this urge now that Hayner's going out to West Virginia, maybe to drive out to West Virginia and then kind of head back over just from the timing, because it'd be cool to get back out there. And we let
Yeah,
know
We're going to float
out there.
between Dayton, West Virginia, and Louisville, and kind of bounce around those cities.
Yeah, and we talked about those college matchups, but crazy to think you got Florida T&T and sideline cancers.
TNT's going to move. They're going to move. I don't care what Terry says. Terry can hear that and yell at me.
I think
he can
TNT
call me and
be
yell at me.
Yeah, I think D2 is going to be out of that region. I can't
Yeah,
see them
100%,
staying there,
100%.
and I agree. I can't see Florida TNT
Does
staying there. So obviously, if you win, you're in, but there's no guarantee what region you get in. So I think those
Yeah.
two teams move.
Penn State fan base is national though. If you guys had to move, you could, because Penn State fans are literally
It's
in every corner of this country.
no, it's insane. You said you worked with one. I'm moving across the world, taking the first job in Europe. I land in Amsterdam, my connecting flight, walk off. Within 10 seconds, I see a Penn State mom sweatshirt, and I'm like, this place really, they weren't lying to you when we were there. Penn State is everywhere. Doesn't matter where you go. So the support from the Penn State basketball like fans have been awesome too. Trying to pump the social media content out. So this whole thing has been fun. I really hope we get the chance to play, but even that, it's been fun trying to promote it and get the people back together. So
Well, I think with fan base, you talk about hope you get the chance. I mean, we don't usually say teams are locks because we don't know. You guys didn't win last year, you didn't play, so we don't know if you're in for
Right.
sure. But with the size of the fan base, unless you really find a way to screw this up, we think you're probably pretty safe. Which leads me into the question is, if you guys were able to get in and at least win a game or something, what were the odds of hosting this? Because when we heard Penn State was applying, I assumed they would naturally be one of the hosts. I mean, because I've been to State College. It's a nice little town.
Really?
I
What
mean, it
brought
would be
you
a
to
great
State
place to-
College, though?
What?
What brought you to State College? is
True
my
story,
question.
TBT. I was driving back from Columbus and I was tired. I'm like, I'm not going to make it all the way back to Brooklyn. I'll stop here, and I stopped in for a pint in a hotel room
Gotcha.
one night. So I was in Penn State area for one night in the summer 2 years ago.
So I will say this. The Billy Clapper, who I'm sure you guys have talked
Mhm,
about,
of course.
sideline cancer,
Yeah, we know Billy.
has helped me so much. And he was talking about a PA regional just because there's a lot of teams. So, but Billy has been awesome, and what sideline cancer has done in the TBT and just outside is awesome as well. So, if Billy is listening to this, I'm grateful for you, Billy. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you
may
for
be
the
one of the few that do. So
We'll just text him and let you know he said it too.
time.
yeah, but he's such a good
Good.
ambassador, not only for sideline cancer, but I saw him reaching out to Living the Dream TBT on Twitter this week, encouraging them and their cause. That I can't remember the exact cause. Read so many tweets a day about TBT. It's gets hard to put them all together, but he's just a good person overall, and obviously he's out there to win the $1 million and support the foundation. But he's just truly good person who wants to see everybody do well and see other teams kind of evolve, and for whether it's an alumni team or for a cause, and just good people. We've had them on the show a number of times and enjoy having them on. But I got to go lock though. I just don't see it going any other way.
I think you guys are fine as long as you do what you're supposed to do. I can't imagine
Right.
because I mean, I'm pretty sure TBT likes the idea of having a built-in fan base the size of Penn State. Keep in mind, like some of my teams that have had success in this have been, and this is not to disparage them because they're good schools. I mean,
Right.
Iona was in it for years. The Crew are in the bubble, the Valpo alum. So like having a P5 Big Ten school with a fan base that's national is kind of what they dream of. So as long as you don't literally like screw this up somehow, I would assume you're in.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think the big thing that sometimes with bigger alumni, we saw with Louisville previously, obviously not this year. We saw it with CU. It's just if the university isn't connected enough, but you guys look to be well connected. Did you say you're going to do some training camps down there, or is there anything like that that's going to occur?
Yeah, for sure. I have everything in place for us to go up July 21st. Get up there for 3 days, do a weekend, we're trying to set up a little camp for the kids. Only a couple of us will do that the 2 days before, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, get some scrimmages in with the team somewhere, and I'm really trying. Joe Crispin's helping us out, who you guys know, and Coach Rhodes is really supportive. So, as I said, I just want the alumni to be integrated. When I was there was about 4 or 5 alumni that would always come, stop by, and hang out with us. But I know there's more out there, and I know this is a good opportunity to get people up there and try to build that Penn State family. So.
No, I appreciate it. On that note, we'll go ahead and close out. We appreciate you jumping on, John. Best wishes on your recovery. But excited to see that you're going to be playing. Obviously, going to be a big part of this team and the success in it. So stay tuned and appreciate you. Have a great
For
night.
sure. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks, John. This
Talk
has been
soon.
Charge and Hainer presents ZoomTheTBT with John Harrah, GM of Happy Valley Hoopers, signing off.
Hope you enjoyed listening to Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hainer. Subscribe to YouTube, follow on Twitter, and give us your money.